My good friend, it's 2:30 to 3:30. It's time for Dhamma teaching. And today, before I continue the Noble Truth, Four Noble Truths, I would like to clarify about the problem. Problem. P-R-O-B-L-E-M. Problems. If you put S, the problems, there are many problems. Problems, that means the thing that cannot satisfy your needs or disturb your life. That's the problem. Problems come from human. So, human, when you were born, you have to born 2 times. First, you were born as a human, and then you have to develop yourself until you become humanitarian. So human and humanitarian, that's different. Human, this means the man who has problems. Humanitarian, that means the man who lives without problems. So when I use these 2 words, human and humanitarian, that's the different meaning. So I ask you first, are you human or you are a humanitarian? Both. Okay, sometimes up and down. Okay. Again, I would like to compare with the egg and the chick. You know, the egg and the chicken. The chick just means the small chicken. You know that? A chick, C-H-I-C-K. The small chicken called a chick. Chip, chip, chip. Very small one. So you have to be born twice. If you born only one, you will born with problem and die with problem. If you born the second time, that's you born as a humanitarian. That means you can free from all problems. Humanitarian. Humanitarian. So I use these 2 words, different meanings. Human, that's the man who has problems. Humanitarian, that means the man who gets away from the problem. And you see, when the chicken lay the egg, and the egg become a small chick, how? You have to give the heat, you know, you have to warm up the eggs. So, when you were born like an egg, so you need something to heat you, to warm up your life. So there are many things to warm up your life, like education, religion, or what? Social institutions that shape up your life. So many things that we call what? Socialized process. Did you hear about that? Socialized process. That means to make you away from the problem. You know that? Religions, education, that's the means. Only the means to bring you free from all problems. Your culture also, that shape you and clean you, like to keep what? The heat or the warm atmosphere, to warm the egg until the egg change from the egg to a small chick. Can you imagine? So now, before that, the eggs will come out by the hen. You know, the hen will what? Stay with the egg and then keep the warmth from the hen's body. But now you have the machine. You know that, Bruno? You use the machine to keep the heat to the egg. But anyway, that life needs something to change from human to humanitarian. See that? Not all eggs become chick. Some eggs, even you try very hard, that egg still egg. The chick cannot come out from the egg. Did you observe that? Not all eggs become chicks. That means you were born only one time, only an egg, and finish. But if the chicks can come out from the shell of the egg, that means you become humanitarian. Can you see that? And what happened to the eggs that the chick cannot come out? The chicks will stay in the shell of the eggs. Huh? Yeah. They cannot alive. They die in the shell. You know that? In the Philippines, they call that eggs, balut. Balut just means what? The dead chick in the shell. And they will boil and they will eat with beer or liquors. You know that? In the Philippines. That's for the man who drink alcohol. I don't know, in America, do they use that? But in the Philippines, there are many things. I was there 5 years. What is the chick? What is the shell? Why the chick cannot come out? The shell, that's the symbol of ignorance. That means ignorance conquer you. That you cannot come out from the shell. You cannot come out from ignorance. And then you die in the shell. That means you die with ignorance. You cannot come out from the ignorance. Can you see that? So you were born only one time. Only an egg. You never become a chick at all. That means you were born with problems and die with problems. This kind of person we call a person who is a problem maker. That I try to explain to you the first arrival of that day. Remember? So, if you can use what? Your, what you call, of the chick, very sharp one, the mouth, beak, yeah, use the beak to, what? To crack, to crack the egg, or shell of the egg, and then the egg will break. That means you crack the ignorance, and then you can come out from ignorance. You will live with your right wisdom. Mark? So, I ask you again. Bruno said, he both is human and humanitarian. Sometimes human, sometimes humanitarian. So you should go to humanitarian and don't come back to human anymore.
You are always human.
Huh?
You are always human and sometimes humanitarian.
Oh, sometimes only. You know, in individuals that's different. We cannot judge. I don't know. All of you, You are human or you are humanitarian. You have to know yourself. I cannot judge you. That's the judgment. I cannot judge you. You have to know. If you have problems, that means you are human. You see that? If you live without any problem, that you are humanitarian. See? And again, come to the other dimension of problems. In the whole world, we have only 3 types of problems. 3 types. 3 types. Number 1, my problem. 2, your problems. And 3, you and I problems. That's all. The whole world. We have only this. Nico. But we have to see very clear. If my problem, who will solve the problem? Huh? Yeah. I have to solve my problem. You cannot solve my problem. See that? Mark? If my problem, I have to solve my problem. If your problem, who will solve the problem? You have to solve your problem. You don't go to solve the other problems. See that? If you and I problem, who will solve the problem? You and I problem, who will solve the problem? Huh? You and I work together to solve the problem. That's all on the whole world. You see that? But you have to see very clear which one is your problem, which one is my problem, which one is you and I problem. But now that we have problems, because we want to solve the other problem. Right? And you cannot solve, because your problem, I cannot solve your problem. Mark, very clear? That's the whole problem in the world. We have only 3 types. Type 1, Type 2 and Type 3. See that? So you have to know, when the problem happens, this is my problem or your problem or you and I problem, and then you start to solve the problem. Okay? That's the other dimension to look at the problem.
Does it mean that we shouldn't care about the problems of others?
Pardon?
We shouldn't care about the problems of others? We shouldn't care about the problems of others?
If you care, that kind of problem, that's your problem or their problems. You see, you have to see very clear on this. If you care about the problem of the others, that problem becomes your problem again. You have to see very clear.
Compassion.
Yeah. Compassion. Oh. You can see the other problem, but you cannot solve the other problem. You know that? I can see your problem, but I cannot solve your problem.
So then it might be better not to look at the problem.
If you can see the problem, but maybe you yourself don't see the problem, the other people can point that's your problem. You see that? When you go to the hospital, maybe you don't know that you have problem. But when you go to film case, you see that? So the film case show that you have cancer at your lung. And then, oh, I have problem now. Even you yourself, you never know that you have cancer. Yes, some of you, maybe you have cancer now, you don't know. You see, you have problem, but you don't know that you have problem. But maybe you have to use some means or some things to see the problem. Yes?
You said humanitarians don't have problems, right?
Humanitarian, that's the man who has no problem at all.
What if you get cancer?
Hmm?
If you get cancer?
Pardon?
What if you get cancer? You start being humanitarian?
Hmm.
And you can work?
Yeah? Yeah, you have to develop yourself. You have to get out from the shell of the egg. If you still stay in the shell of the egg, that means you will die in the shell, and then what? The drunk man will eat you.
If you have cancer.
So you see that? Okay. Then, the other dimension, I will talk about the problem. I will put the equation of problem. Equation, you know equation? You don't know equation? Mark, do you know equation?
Yeah.
Yeah, like A equals B, you see? B equals C. So, A equals C then. You see, that's equation. You know equation? No. That's right.
I know equation, but the last sentence I didn't understand this.
A equals C. Equal. You know, that's A and C. That's the same. Like you have 10 kilograms and what? He has 10 kilograms, that means the same weight. See, that's equal. Huh? That's equation. Bruno, you understand equation? Yes. Equation. That in mathematics, you know, in mathematics, that they have equation. Okay. Now, here, equation of problem. P equal C. C in the bracket. You know, in bracket. In the bracket. E minus A. This equation. What is P? Problem. When P is problem. When, you see, when we see in mathematics, they will say, when P is problem, C is concern. C, you concern. Concern with you. C is concern. You know that concern? You know concern? What? You can explain to your friend. Concern. Okay. So P is problem, C concern. E, expectation. A, actual. Actual or real. The thing that's real, that happened right now. Okay. How to make that problem zero?
Equaling C to 0.
If C zeros, yeah. If C zeros, everything zero. You know, when any number, what, multiply with when zero number multiply with any number, that's zero. See that? So it's C zero, that's problem zero. So without your concern, that means no problem. Can you see that? You have problem because you're concerned with that. Concern?
Worry.
That you're dealing with that thing. Okay. And then expectation. That means you expect in the future that you want to have it. Expectation and actual. If expectation and actual the same. Your actual 5, number 5, and expectation 5, so in the bracket 0. Even you concern, but 0. Your concern, any number multiply with 0, you got 0 again. Mark, can you see that? So that's the way. So why? I talk to you. When you walk with our walker. There's no concern. So no problem. You understand that? But when you walk and I am the one who are walking, you won't get tired, you won't get bored, you won't get exciting with your walking. That you can go both positive or negative, because the ego or I, when without I, you do your duty only. Get tired, but not you, that's your body get tired. And your mind know that your body is tired. But you don't create any positive or negative, but only tired. See that? So walking without walker, there's no concern. Did you hear about explanation like this? Yes, Mark?
I'm just wondering, so you're saying to escape from ignorance, we have no problems, so we equal our concerns to zero, but that seems like ignoring the problem. So isn't that in essence ignorance?
You mean ignorance to the problems?
Yeah, because you're
No,
ignoring the problem.
not that right. I try to explain that because of egoism. When you concern, that means you have ego. So, why I say walking without walker, that means no I. When no I, that means who are you then? If no I, you will have question again. If no I, who is walking now? Okay, you are listening now. Listening without listener. Who are you then? That you are listening now. Because you stay with that ignorance a very long time. Because you're feeling, you believe that you are you. But you forget the last one. But not you. Remember? You are you, but not you. You are you by relative truth that you name your name to do your duty. But you're feeling to attach and hold it. You don't want to change. You're wanting to satisfy your needs. And the thing in the world will not satisfy your needs. Will going by the law of cause and effect. Okay, in the morning you wake up. Who will feel very good in the morning when the sun shines, very bright in the morning? Who will be very happy when the sun shines very bright in the morning? What kind of career that very happy with the sun? The man who work with the salted fish at the beach. You know that? You know salted fish? The fish that they salt, they put the salt in, the salted fish. That they are very happy because they need what? They need the sun. Oh, the sun shines in the morning. Very happy. You see? You know that. But in nature, the sun shines, that's the duty of nature. If what happened in the morning, that morning no sun at all, what happened to the salted fish maker? Bruno, it will be very sad. Oh, this morning very bad, you see? So bad and good all the time. That's only natural phenomena. How you deal with that phenomena? If the sunshine is good for the sunshine, if no sunshine is good for no sunshine, how to use your wisdom to deal with no sunshine? You see that? But the people will stick with the thing that they are doing every day. You cannot change, because your life comes from changing, and you live with the change, and you will go by change. So you have to live with the change without any problem. Understand, Bruno? Life comes from change. If no change, no life. And you living with change. And so you have to dealing with change by understanding the change. Because change all the time. Some morning sunshine, some morning no sun. You see, that's no problem if you understand the situation. You deal with the thing, there's no expectation. But when you open your eyes, what happened to do? No sun, but you have to do the salted fish. So you have to keep the salted fish. You do some other work. Okay? But if you simply, I have to do my salted fish, so you cry for the sun. But the sun never comes. You know that? Maybe you condemn the sun. Damn, the sun no sun in the morning, you see that? So if the sun accept that or heard from your complaint, and the sun will got angry, and then the next day the sun will not come anymore. Huh? It's going like that? No. The sun will come not regularly. That's nature. Not because of the complaint or not because of that the sun can satisfy the needs of the human, but the sun will going like that. You see that? That's nature. It's going like that. So we are nature. We work over duty. What kind of duty? You see, you have to adapt to see what are you going to do. That I say to you, the wise man will not create any critical or critic things. The wise man will look on things as his opportunity. All things opportunity for you. Because you use what? The right wisdom. Do you know? As I mentioned about what? The para rubber wood. You see, when you use your wisdom, you can change that thing to be very good thing. You can change from unvaluable wood to very high priced wood. You see that? So everything. Okay. Why I say you are here if you have a very high quality mind, or that means your mind has one pointed mind, and then you listen to things around you, you can get the benefit from all. Not because of me just only the words that I say to you, but you can interpret that I show you about what the monk pay respect to the hotel in Tokyo because of husband and wife have big fighting at the hotel. Remember the story? See that? So you have to look on things as your opportunity, not your critical. You are critical at all. Okay. So come back to the problems again. So the problem now, the other dimension, you look the problems, two kinds of problems, three kinds of problem about my problem, your problem, you and I problem, and the equation of problem. Okay, that's my explanation. You will see by yourself here. Now I will divide the problems in two kinds of problems. One, outside problem. Two, inside problem. You know outside? Outside, that's when you look from your fresh eye, you can see many things outside. You can see what? You can see the sun, you can see the wind, you can see the fire burn the house, you see, that's the outside problem. Or you see maybe your parents pass away in front of you, or so many things, that's outside problem. Or what? You drive a car and you have car accident, you see, that's outside problem. What about inside problem? Inside problem.
Tensions.
Where the problem? Inside. Inside, it means where? In your body or in your mind? Huh?
In your mind.
When you say inside, you see, inside. In your body, that's inside also. But I don't mean that. I mean in your mind. In your mind problem and out of your mind problem. When you have this kind of problems, which one you want to solve first? You want to solve the problem outside, or you want to solve the problem inside? Or you want to do both? Inside first. See? How?
Outside problems.
You do outside first?
Yeah, if there is a car accident, it's necessary now to help. There is someone hurt. But the inside problems are problems self-made, they have time.
You make sure when the thing happen outside, what the thing happen outside. That's only natural phenomena. It happen outside. It happened by law of cause and effect. It happened in front of you. You see, that thing will have outside problem because that thing not satisfy your needs. So that will come to the inside problem. See, you raise the children or the child, and the child not obey. He doesn't obey you. You got very angry with your child. See that? Your child, you said, you don't come late today, but your child come late. You see that? And then you got angry with your child. How to solve the problem? First, you have to do what? To beat your child, because your child, what? Not obey your order or your command. Because good child have to obey the father, especially in the East. Obeying to the parents, that's the most important. Because the parents, that's the owner of your life. You don't think that you are not the owner of your parents. You see, the education today thinks that you are free from your father. Your father is duty to feed you, to raise you. That's wrong. Because your father gave your life and saved your life. And in China, you know, when you are going to sink in the water, and one who come and see you and put you out of the water, that means that your life belongs to that person. If that person don't help you, you no more life. You see that? That's the truth in life. So when you still alive because that person helped you, that means all of your life have to serve that person. And what happened to your parents? Your parents give you life and save your life. And human life very, very weak. If you were born and if your parents don't feed you, don't take care of you, you die. Not like some kind of animal. You know that? Like a horse or like a cow. When they come up from the mother, they just stand up and they run, you know. Did you see that? But the human, you cannot do that. When you come out, you are just lying like this many months. You know that? Before you just can move, you know. Not very weak human, very weak. You see that? Okay, so maybe you think in different way, it doesn't matter. But I will ask you, if your children don't obey you, or they will do something that you don't want your child to do, like to what? To take drugs, something like that. How about if you are the father? How do you feel? That's your child. And now in Thailand we have this problem very, very serious about the children taking drugs. You know that? That there are many centers. I'm here. So many people came to me at the monastery, request me to train them how to get away from the drugs. Even when you smoke cigarette, it's not so easy. Maybe some of you still smoking, and you can stop here, that's very good. Maybe some of you still smoke, Maybe at your room, I don't know. You know that when you smoke and then not so easy to go away from the smoking. I used to smoke 3 packages a day. 3 packages a day. Why I smoke a lot? If you think smoking that can bring about happiness, why you smoke very little? You smoke a lot. Right, Bruno? Because you need happiness. Right? You need happiness, and cigarettes can make you happy, so smoke a lot. So I smoke like chain smoking. I never use the lighter at all until my hands, my fingers burn black. And I try to quit many times. You know, with my American friends, we live together. Sometimes we can quit 1 week, sometimes we can quit 1 month, and then come back to smoke again. You know that. Here, if some of you smoke and you came to this center and you can quit for life, that's, I think, enough for your time that you spend here. You stop smoking, you stop drinking when you get out of this center. No more drinking. Why you have to take the thing outside to what? To stimulate your feeling. You want to free your feeling. You see that? Why? How I can stop my smoking? In 1974, I go to the monastery and I saw all people, nobody smoke. And I make decision from now, for life, I will not smoke anymore. From that day, up to now, I don't smoke at all. Almost about 43, 44 days. No, 43 or 44 years. You know that, Bruno? What happened to my lung? Clean. Now, it's good. And when you smoke, what happened to your lung? Your lung very dirty. And the smoke will kill your air sac in your lung. You know air sac? Very small air sac in the lung. That in your lung it has about how many? How many air sacs? You don't know yourself. You know the other people, you don't know yourself. How many air sacs? Yeah, about 300 million air sacs, your lungs. When you smoke each time, that you kill your air sacs. Who used to smoke? Show your hand. Used to smoke. Okay, very good. Used to.
Used to or used to?
No, used to. You never smoking.
I used to.
Oh yeah, you quit already. But you used to smoke. I asked that question. That means you have been through that experience already. You have been through that experience. And you have been through the quitting experience also. Both. But some of you still don't have experience of how to quit. You know, you just make decision and you tell yourself, for life, not only 1 week, 1 month, no more. And you have to face with that feeling about 2 years, not only 1 week. 2 years. Sometimes when you do meditation, it seems that very what? This white smoke come in front of you, and your nose, you smell very good smell. I said, oh, you are crazy. Why you quit smoking? You come to smoke again. You see that? 2 years. After 2 years, no more. You know that? At the beginning, when I quit smoking, when I look the others who still smoke, I really angry. I really hate that person. You know. And when you quit smoking, the smell from the cigarette, very bad. It's terrible. You know that? But during you smoke, everything is good for you. Like the story of the worm, you know worm? Little insect, worm. How to pronounce Mark?
Worm?
Worm, yeah. A little insect that lives in what? In the toilet.
You mean a worm, right?
A worm.
Worm, like W-O-R-M.
W-O-R-M. A worm is a little insect that you know, is will become a fly.
Like a
Worm. How to pronounce worm? Worm or worm? Worm. Okay. That's they live in the toilet. The toilet, especially the toilet in the jungle. That's for the moving toilet. You see, that's we call field toilet. You know field toilet? When the army, the field toilet, they just make temporary. That's one story. That's two men. They are very good friends when they live in the human world. They really love each other, but their behavior is different. You have the man do all good things for for all people. He don't drink. He don't play cards. He don't do anything bad. When he dies, he go to born in the heaven as a deva in heaven. But the other man, he has done so many bad things all the time. He drink alcohol, he steals some things from the other people. You see, he done so many bad things. But when he dies, he will born in what? In the toilet. That's the story. And he trained as a deva on the heaven. And he has what? The special eyes. Special eyes. That means he can see what happened in the human society because they were on the heaven. That's the story. So he looked down and see, oh, my friend, stay in the what? In the toilet.
The worm is very happy there.
Yeah. You know that? When he see his friend stay in the toilet, he said, oh. He came down from the heaven to see his friend. And he, oh, my friend, why you stay there? So the worm, the worm or the worm, I don't know. Like in the toilet, said, who are you? Because the worm don't know. But the deva know. And the deva said, you are my friend before when we were born in the human society, in the human world. You are my friend. And the worm said, no, I don't know anything. And then Deva said, why you stay here? You go to heaven with me. Okay? Go to heaven with me. And the worm said, what is the good thing in the heaven? That I have to live from here to the heaven. You have to tell me. So the Deva said, oh, in the heaven, when you want anything, you just think. When you think, that thing comes. No need to work on it. You just think and come. Like you want pizza, you just got beep beep, the pizza comes. You see that? That Deva. And you see, you understand that? And the worm said, no, I will not go with you. Why? Because in the heaven you have to think. You see that? But here, no need to think. In the morning, many people will come and send the food for me. Even thinking, he don't want to think. So, he stay there, he will not go to the heaven. So now I try to, what? Tell you to go out from smoking, from drinking. You say, no, I will not go. Okay. Huh, Mark? You want to go or you don't want to go? Okay. So, the problem, outside and inside. So, the real problem is inside. Outside is not real problem. Just the things change. When it change, that thing will satisfy you or not satisfy you, it doesn't know. We don't know. But if that change and then that thing change, you don't want to change like that, but not have conflict in your mind. If you have conflict in the mind, you have to solve the conflict in the mind first, and then you look back. When your child don't obey, so you don't. If you get angry, you have to solve the problem about your anger inside first. If you work with your anger, you will beat your child, and you beat. There's no reason. You will beat a lot. You will beat until your child cries. And then your child will say, oh, Papa, you don't love me at all. Why you beat me like this? And both child and father will cry together. You see that at that time. Because they say that at that time, that's what? The ghost in you. You know the ghost that we what say about the hungry ghost, you remember? The ghost in you. Or in Christianity they call Satan. You know Satan? Because Satan and Santa, the same word, just back and forth. So Satan and Santa in the same mind.
But what can the father do if the son does not obey?
Yeah.
What can he do?
What? If you are that father, how to do?
Yes, how to do.
Yeah. Whose fault? Your fault or your child's fault? Or both faults? If both faults, where you have to work together. If your fault, you have to solve your problem. Your faults. If child fault, child has to solve the problem. The three problems come at the time. Your problem, my problem, or you and I problem. We have to work together. You see that? So this is the key that I give to you. When you have problem, you have to think how to solve the problem. If you can see that your problem, you have to solve the problem. If my problem, I have to solve my problem. And then if you and I problem, you have to work together to solve the problem. So you have to talk to your child. Because that's the problem. Both you and I, you see. But if the child says, this is not my problem, and how do you solve the problem? Because you want your child, but do as you want to do. Yeah. That means who will not obey? Your child not obey or you are not obey? Maybe you don't understand.
I understand, but my son is dead.
Pardon?
My son is dead. He just died because of drugs. So if you ask him what to do as father, I want to know what to do.
Your son died already?
He died already.
Oh, he died already? Oh, no problem. No problem, he died. Because the problem not the dead person. The problem only the living person. With ignorance. Believe me. The problem only the living person who live with ignorance, they still have problem. If you live with the right knowledge or right wisdom, no problem. You just see that holy phenomena. And you have to see the law of cause and effect. How to change. If you want to change the result like this, how to change the cause. You see that? The cause from inside and outside, you have to do both. You see, inside first. That means you have to make your mind peaceful mind. When you have peaceful mind, and how about your thinking? How about your thought? You can think very clear, very good. Or if you get very angry, and how about your thought? You can think very clear during you get very angry. You observe, this is the real life. When you get angry, what happened to your decision when you make? During you are very angry at the time. Is that a very good decision? When you get angry, you see that? So you have to solve the problem inside. Make your mind calm down, peaceful, and then you look out how to do with that, with your peaceful mind. You see that? If you solve the problem with your, moody, you will solve this problem and you create another problem. And your child will go away from you. Because you solve the problem with your anger. And that means will hurt the feeling of your child. See that? So, you have to solve the problem inside first, and then you look outside. But if the problem inside, no more problem inside, outside that's not the real problem, only natural phenomena, and then you want what is the result or what is the effect that you want to have, and why that effect happened. So you just use your peaceful mind to think. By the law of cause and effect, you can see that. If you beat your child with your anger, with your feeling of angry with your child, do you think that you beat him reasonable? You see that? Because you want to express your anger on your child. You see that? You understand that? How you do? You tell me. In your daily life, how you do when your child do something bad and don't obey you? Or you let it go? You think that's their life, not that's their life, this is my life? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, you tell him, but he listen, but he never follow you. And from the research shows, the child will obey the parents only from 10 down to 0. After 10, they listen but they don't follow you. That's from the research. I have done so many research about the children. You know that? So if you want to teach your children, you have to teach them before 10. After 10, you cannot change their decision at all. They will believe themselves, they will believe their friends. They don't believe you anymore. And if you want to force them to follow you, you have problem with your child. In Japan, where is Julie? I don't know where is she. She's gone? Julie?
Looks like she wasn't feeling well before, so she's probably resting.
Oh, okay. In Japan, last batch, maybe I can't remember which batch, she told me that her father never talked to his son 5 years, even one word, because his son don't obey. So father got angry, and he never talked to the son for 5 years. And what happened? The atmosphere at your house, when you have food together, and go. Huh? Bruno, how about the atmosphere at your family? The atmosphere, you know atmosphere? in your family, if that thing happens, the father never talk to the son, and the son never talk to the father 5 years. Huh? You see that? We are friends. You know, we have to love each other, but you have to understand the function or the duty. The son have to do what is the duty of the son to do to the father. You see that? In society, you have to do your duty. If you don't do the duty, the society will fall apart. You know that. How about your children? Are they okay? I don't know, because today's parents, that's different than those days. There are many things different, you know. In our society, in those days, when you want to have a child, how to do? You want to have a child, you get married. Bye. When you want to have a child, how to do? You got married and you want to have a child. How to do? What is your process? Go to bed, have sex, and your child is byproduct or what? You don't have any ideas about it? That's what? That's by instinct. By instinct, if you don't know anything, you can do it. You can do your reproduction. By nature, you see that. But human, we have culture. We have culture. I don't know about your culture. But here, in Thailand, this culture will not work anymore. And the children come out very bad. You know that? Did you hear about Ibuka? Ibuka, did you heard about him? That you have read about the book that he has written. Ibuka, that's from Japan. That he said, if you wait until your child go to the kindergarten, that's too late. If you wait until your child go to the kindergarten, that's too late. That means you have to teach your child before that. That Ibuka. Yeah. You know that? When you have to teach your child? When? You have to teach your child before your child born 30 years. Can you get me? You have to teach your child before your child born 30 years. To teach whom? Prepare the parents. Prepare the good parents. You see that? If you are good parents, you will have good child. You know that? Because human really one thing that very highly imitate. You know imitate. The child will observe the father. What is father action? And the child will work and follow you. You know that? That's imitation. So you have to prepare before the child will born 30 years. Prepare yourself. And, okay, we have about 2 minutes. Before you go to bed, you have to pray or you do chanting. Make your mind peaceful and you put your intention, you know, that you want to have a very good child to come. You see, let's start from your will, your willing. You will to have a very good child from your willing. And then you sleep together. In the morning, you do something good, like you sacrifice something to the people or give the food to the monk, or anything that you do, something that you have to show that you are not selfish, to show yourself. when the ladies got pregnant, you can taste from the paper, right? That you got pregnant. When you got pregnant, how to do? The ladies or the wife tell husband, "Oh, I got pregnant." So she will take the 8 precepts. You know 8 precepts that we do every day. What that mean? What that mean? How about number 3? I refrain from what? From sexual intercourse. You see that means you will not disturb your child anymore. Your child will stay peacefully in the womb. When you have sexual intercourse, your mood, your feeling will disturb your child in the womb. You know that? In the animal world, they will not do that. I observed the dog at my monastery. When the female dog got pregnant and the male dog want to make intercourse with the female will fight. She will not let the male to do intercourse anymore. That's by nature. You see, she want to save what? To save their children or their baby or their puppy in their womb. And how about the human? I don't know about this. I think the world will getting worse than the world of animals in the future. Because we fight and we kill, we just, over killing now, it seems very simple. You know that when the dog fight, when the winner, when look at the loser, when you loser, what happened to the dog? The tail will come down. You know that? Did you observe that? The tail come down and everything's going like this, or sometimes it's going like this, and the winner will not bite anymore. How about the human? If you're going like this, they stop? No. They will step on you and they will cut your neck. That's the human. That's very, the human with our humanitarian, that's very dangerous. You know that. How about your culture? When you want to have baby, do they do something like this? They will pray to the God that to have a good baby to come. Oh no, you don't do anything. You just you have baby because byproduct, because we want to have sex intercourse to have the pleasure from sexual intercourse, and then the baby is just byproduct. Like my friend in America, that he said he was born the third son, and he said because of accident. You see that? How do you feel when you feel that your parents don't want you to be born? You see that? So now in Thailand we have problem about this. The unwanted pregnancy. You know that? Unwanted pregnancy from the adolescent. And then they go to the hospital, they give birth, and then they go away. They leave that child at the hospital. What you call orphan, right? Yeah, orphan, that means no parents. About 600 now at Chula Hospital now, Chula Longkorn Hospital. About 600 children. And then maybe some people from Europe, because they have enough money, they came and they will choose. From 600, which one the best? Oh, you are the best, so you choose. So the left, what is the left? There's some they have problem with the mouth, problem with the ears that remain in Thailand. The good one, but choosing by some other people, they will bring to fit in the other countries. Do you know this problem of the society? This is the human. You see, the human creates so many problems. So we have to develop human to be humanitarian. That says no more selfish, no more problem. You will live for others. You don't live for yourself. Okay? Do you know you came to the world because of your parents? Prepare for you. If you don't know, you write a letter and ask your parents, ask your father, did you prepare for me to be born? Or I just came to the world because of accident, because of byproduct. You know byproduct? My friend, you understand? Byproduct. Byproduct, that means I don't want you to be born, but because of my my sleeping or my sexual intercourse, and then you just come out. My purpose, I would like to get the reward from sexual intercourse only. See that? That's the reward. That's the what? That's the way. That's the nature give to the human. And you want to get only the reward. You don't want to do your duty. When you get the reward, you have to do your duty, right? That means you have to take care of your child. You have to do your duty until your child have a good child and a good human in the society. If you don't do that, that means you have done very bad things to the world, because that child will create so many problems. You know that? And in Europe, in America now, the divorce rate, how many percent? Mark?
I don't know, 5.
Huh?
A lot.
Very high. A friend of mine, when we flew from Manila to Bangkok, that he come from, his name is Anderson. He came from Sweden. You know Sweden? Sweden. Yeah, from Sweden. I asked him, how many times that you get married? He told me, this is my 16th time. 16, 1 6. Get married, divorce. Get married, divorce. Get married, divorce. If you divorce without children, that's not very serious. But you divorce after you have children, and then that children don't have father and mother. They have only single mom. You see, that's because single mom. Normally, child stay with the mother, and the man will go away. You know that? Even they go to the court. That's very long story. You go to the court, and then the court said you have to pay the money to take care of your child, and that the man will pay you only 1 month or 2 months. After that, no more. If you go to the court again, the court call you, the justice call you back to the court, and you said, I don't have money. The court, what the court are going to do with you? So that's very big problem. I don't know this thing happened in your country or not. Maybe very serious because they divorce very often. In Thailand now also very easy to divorce. But in those days very hard. Like they believe in Catholics, you know. When you get married, you cannot divorce. That means your wife is a part of your life, because the ladies come from your rib. You know that in the Bible? Did you hear about that? That Adam and Eva or Eve. Adam and Eve, you see, that's only one life. So when you get married, you will not divorce. So they have problems in the Philippines. Philippines is Catholic country. You see? They don't divorce, but they go away. They will have the other wife. You see? Divorce, that's by law. That they don't divorce. So they have so many problems. This the human problem, not humanitarian. Thank you that you are listening. our time is over. I don't say much about the problems today. So I will conclude with the problems because of ignorance. Without ignorance, no problem. Only natural phenomena. Problems come from ignorance. And especially the problems in the present time, here and now, by the wrong contact. You contact with ignorance and you will create problems. When you contact with your right wisdom, you will not create any problem. If you contact with ignorance, you will create ego. And ego, that means the problem. When you have ego, that means it comes with selfish. You are selfish. You will think of yourself. You will don't care about the others. You see, if you contact with your right wisdom and then no selfish, you will live that you will see the other people like your life. Because life and life have to help one another, have to support. You cannot live alone, right? You have to live with the others. So when you will love each other, you will do good for each other. You will smile to each other. Okay, my good friend? And then the world will be very beautiful and you will live in this world without problems. That you are all humanitarians. You are all the chicks that can break the shell of the egg. And you will stay happily forever. Your body will pass away today or any day, it doesn't matter. But you will never create any problem in your mind. Thank you very much. Anjali? Okay, Vantana, Apivat. Anjali, Vantana, Apivat. Anjali, Vantana, Apivat. Anjali. Now your time for walking meditation, 45 minutes. And tomorrow I will let you free, that you can walk, you can sit, you can do. No need to follow the schedule. You just do by yourself, about your time, 2 days.
But you have classes?
Yes. Yes.
Sitting and walking is
yeah. I will ask you, do you want to have class or you don't want to have? Oh, yes, I will guess. Okay.
One day or 2 days?
2 days. Tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. We'll end our class at 18. 18, eh? 18.
What does it mean? We don't have rhythm anymore. What does it mean?
We still what? Follow the schedule, but you do freely. You no need to come together. You can go. You can sit each place that you can walk anywhere. You know. You can walk down anywhere.
The typical process of the teaching.
Yeah. 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 The same.
And in the morning?
Yeah, the same thing.
Morning is the same.
Yeah.
Maybe
Meditation and walking meditation and sitting meditation. That you are free.
So we meet here as teacher.
Yeah.
And some are sitting here and doing meditation.
Yes, if you wish to sit here or you sit outside, you are free.
And the bell, and that's all the same.
Oh yes, we still ring the bell. We still ring the bell. That means the schedule is still going on, but you're free to sit here or sit anywhere. Or during walking meditation, you can walk for some time, and you can sit for some time. You can adjust